SWX has this season's exclusive pass, bringing you into the locker room, onto the field, and inside Saints football. This is Carroll College Saints Insider.
Welcome into another edition of Saints Insider from the bleachers at Burt and Ernie's, alongside Saints assistant coach Alex Pfannenstiel. I'm Jeremy Schnell, and Coach, what a great game yesterday. But let me get to know you real quick, because what is it like to coach your alma mater?
It's special to be at Carroll College and be a part of. Love gets ingrained in you about Carroll when you're there as a student and as a football player. And I was fortunate enough to get the opportunity to come back and still be there. And it's fun to walk around campus and have that familiar feeling and have memories at every place. And it's such a special place with the people that work there, the people that go to school there. You know, the brick and mortar is nice, but the people make it. And so it's just a special place to be, and it's nice to be home every day.
And so let's get to yesterday's game. Bridgewater's best game of the season. He was 17 of 27, 249 yards and a touchdown. Just how has he progressed throughout the season?
Well, I think the thing that's easy to forget, and we forget some days, is that Devin's still a freshman. This is his first year playing. And it was nice yesterday when the ground game wasn't going early on. We said, hey, we got to lead on the pass game. Let's go to 4 wide receivers and throw it a little bit. And Devin's reads, he's become more confident in that. And he's so great in the pocket of buying time, being able to find some throwing windows, being able to extend some plays. The thing that's misleading in the stats is his completion percentage may not be as high as you want, but he gets us out of a lot of bad plays by simply throwing the football away and making that unselfish play that keeps us on schedule, keeps us out of trouble offensively. And
yesterday you were talking about Kyle Pierce. He's had 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks, 2 receptions in 2 weeks, both of them touchdowns. What do you think about how he's playing right now?
The thing with Kyle is early on in the year, he had a big impact on our offense as a blocker. And every week on his test, I just wrote, hey, your day is coming, your day is coming. And last week, when Coach talks about being at the best, when your best is needed with 30-some seconds left in the game, catching a game-winning touchdown, and this time at the end of the first half, Kyle's that guy that's in that right position every single time, every single day, and it's been fun to see him finally get those opportunities to make big plays and come through in big moments for us.
And when it comes to Sipes, he's one of your better receivers, over 100 yards again yesterday. How instrumental is he for your guys' offense?
Shane is pretty instrumental to what we do. He's such an explosive guy down the field that sometimes he can change how other people play us. But the thing that's been impressive about Shane, and I haven't had an opportunity to watch the whole film yet, is he's been great on third down the last 2 weeks. And that's, talking about being at your best when those, the times are big. He keeps us on the field, and he's able to, make those tough receptions down the sidelines and down the field. And those are big plays for our offense, because it seems like when we convert a big third down, then we roll. And Shane's been a huge part of that the last couple weeks.
Over 50 points this week, and last time up against Northern, who you're playing next week, you guys scored about 40 points. Going up against Northern again, do you hope your offense continues to roll like they have been?
Well, we just talk about getting better every week, and that's the goal, regardless of who you play, regardless of what the scoreboard reads. Did we get better? Because the scoreboard's going to keep reading the way that we want it to if we keep improving. And it was nice to see the improvement in the passing game on Saturday, but then it becomes, okay, right, if we're the same team we were in Billings when we go to Havre, right, it's not going to be the result that we want, regardless of what the scoreboard is. And it'll be fun to see, what our guys do throughout the week and in what ways we can continue to improve, because we're still a young offense, we're still a young football team, and we're all still getting familiar with each other. Everyone thinks 7 weeks into a season. When you really start getting clicking in the program is more time, and the players know what the coaches are going to call before it even comes out of their mouth. And the coaches know what the players want. We're starting to get to that point a little bit, and it's helping us for sure.
And Coach was saying last week that he's so happy that he has guys like you up in the box to have a bird's eye view of things. What does that mean to you to hear that?
It feels good. And offensively, it's awesome to have Coach Purcell in charge, but have that collective effort between Coach Alex Castens, myself, having Eric Dawson up there with me, who I coached for 3 years, is a lot of fun, and having Reese Heibel. Nobody cares who the credit is. Nobody cares whose idea it is. We just care that we move the football, and that's the fun part, and makes it exciting to come to work every day. And it's fun when you have good players. It's fun when you can hand the ball to Matt Burgess and have him score another 2 touchdowns, or give it to Major Ali, or give it to Hunter Meekum yesterday. A freshman offensive lineman. It's fun to give it to those guys and watch them go have success.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You got it.
It's a combination of all of us, making the play calls, offense and defense, and I'm very thankful to have, Coach Pfannenstiel up there on the top. He's up, he's got the eyes of what's going on, and tells what coverage is in, and where the gaps, what we, kind of where we want to hit, and so it's definitely a team effort.
As Nate McGree joins me now here on Saints Insider, linebacker for the Saints, and you're from Butte. How much did you hear about the Carroll College growing up? Obviously, probably a lot, yeah.
Yeah, well, my grandpa was a big Carroll guy. He played football here. I don't even know how many years ago. My mom went here. A couple of my uncles went here. My older brother Connor played football here. I was lucky enough to play with him, and my older sister was here. So I was just I always grew up around Carroll and around Helena.
So it was kind of embedded into your DNA.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to want to come to Carroll though?
I think just like the football program, and obviously Coach Van Diest was a big part of it. He was talking to me growing up, and I kind of looked up to him just because of who he was, and then the family aspect of what they do and how tight everyone is, especially on the football team, and even the school is just so small and so close that you kind of know most people walking around campus.
And when it comes to your season so far, both you and Kresge have 1 and 2 the most tackles on the team. What is it like to play alongside someone like that?
It's really fun, especially just because Dylan's worked so hard. He got some playing time last year when Quady was out. I think he was sick or something, but he worked really hard this offseason, learned the new defense inside and out, and he just is so confident, so smart in what he's doing that he puts himself in good position. So it's good to play with a guy like that.
And only giving up 3 points in the second half, what does that mean confidence-wise for your defense going forward?
I think it gives us some confidence. We've kind of let them up the first two drives, let them score. Unfortunately, we didn't play that well the first couple drives, but we came back and Coach Purcell said, don't panic. So we just kind of went back to doing our base stuff and held them to only 3 points, which is something that I guess that's a positive in the second half.
I guess that's a positive?
Yeah.
That's only 3 points, man.
Yeah, could have been 0.
So next week against MSU-Northern, you guys beat them last time out, but second half they kind of started moving the ball a little bit. How are you going to try and stop that offense?
I think just we'll have to prepare this week it's just a good team, because obviously every team in the Frontier is good. And we can't overlook anyone. And obviously he threw for 400 yards on us, so we're going to have to work on our pass coverage, work on our run defense, just the whole defense in general, and just try and hold them to try and play better pretty much next week than we did yesterday.
Overall, when it comes to all the freshmen on this team, Burgess, Bridgewater, and Spearoff on defense with you guys, what do you think about them so far this season?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm so glad that they're all doing good. They're all obviously good enough to play at this level, so there's no reason for them not to play.
How do you try and help them out as a junior out there? How do you try and mentor them kind of?
If they make a mistake, just to move on. It's just one play. You can't let that eat at you. You have to move on because it's a long game and a long season. So just pretty much have a positive attitude, and if you get beat, then you get beat. So get up and don't let it happen again.
What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Our expectations is we got to win out, I think, and try and make a playoff push. Hopefully, we need some things to happen, but if we win off, I think that's the biggest goal now is just try and make the playoffs.
And Coach always talks about, next man up or next rep, get the next rep. What does that mean to you?
It's pretty much just there's you could do good or bad on a play, and no matter what, it's in the past, so you just have to move on from it. It's kind of the same as a game. Like now we're 0-0 again because it's Sunday, so you can enjoy the win for a couple hours, but as soon as you wake up Sunday, it's over pretty much. So it's just you got to go on to the next game, on to the next rep, because whatever you did is in the past.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Saints Insider. Thanks for Coach Pfannenstiel and Nate McGree for joining me. Make sure to come out to Burton Ernie's every Saturday and Sunday for football. But for Nate McGree, I'm Jeremy Schnell. Have a good night.
Devin Burgess on the keeper for a Carroll College touchdown.